here we go. The open is on your screen. We are starting at about 22,006 on the Nifty. And you've got the Sensex, which is starting in the positive as well as a 0.25% higher start, 1/3%, picking up about 60 points is what it translates into, 21,984. The Nifty Bank is up about 1/3%, which is 160 points higher. So the Nifty Bank yesterday ended higher and has got some gains this morning once again. Let's toss it across to Sonia, who's got more rates on the wall. Sonia.
Oh, thanks for that. Well, it's a good opening for the market, as you said so yourself, up about 0.3% on the index. The Nifty Bank is up 160 odd points. Let's take it straight to some of the banking stocks, right? You have SBI that's at a fresh record high. It was at a record high yesterday, and it's put on some more weight this morning. So look at that, 1.5% higher. In fact, the entire PSU pack is looking pretty good this morning. Indices Bank as well is the other one that's gaining ground, up almost about 1% as we speak. But let's also take it straight to some of the result reactions. The two good numbers that we had came in from Lupin and Tata Consumer. So let's take a look at how it did there. Lupin's numbers were very strong on the top line. The margins have been a big beat as well. Lupin is up almost about 3.5%, but Tata Consumer Products, despite a decent set of numbers, the stock is down almost about 2.5% or so. So these are a couple of the large caps that have reported good numbers. In fact, talking about good numbers, you also have the likes of Uno Minda, etc., that could be in focus after a decent set of numbers that the company has reported. Apart from that, KEC International, there's an order win over there, so 4% higher on that stock. Keep an eye out on KEC International. And, if you're looking at the Nifty Bank, that's really the one that's taking the market forward. Look at it, 182 points in the green for the Nifty Bank, up almost about 0.4%. Many more stocks in focus. Power Grid is up almost about 3%, a result reaction over there. And Trend, remember, Motilal Oswal has put out a fresh report on Trend, expecting a bigger upside from here on, despite the kind of rally that we've seen. They have an over 4,500 price target there, and Trend now up almost about 2% on top of the rally that we saw yesterday. A couple of other large caps in focus. IT stocks have been piling on the gains for the last couple of days. The Nifty IT index as well as key stock. The IT index is up another 0.5%. So both IT and banks are contributing today, which is a good thing in market opening. And some of the IT names should come up for you on your screen. In terms of more result reactions, Cummins was a big standout performer in terms of results. So Cummins is up almost about 2.5% right now. Volumes are picking up over there. Manappuram Finance also saw a very strong improvement in terms of its net interest margins, which came in at a 10-quarter high. However, the street is a bit disappointed with some of the other internals. So Manappuram Finance down almost about 3.5%. A couple of final stocks on my radar. Inox Wind. There is a fresh order win for Inox Wind. So that stock is up, I think, over 3.5%. It should come up for you. And Inox India has been gaining quite a bit of ground as well. So let's just take a quick look at that stock. Apollo Tyres, by the way, it is coming under some profit taking because, as I mentioned, if you compare it to its peers, the revenue growth has hardly been 3%, while a couple of its peers like CEAT have done almost 9%. So a little bit of profit taking is what you're seeing. But otherwise, guys, the market opening is solid, led both by banks as well as the IT space. So there's leadership coming in from both ends.
Well, some part of the market will be looking in at the RBI governor to see whether or not this is a hawkish or a dovish cue. And the other end of the market will be looking for commentary on Paytm. Just take a look at that stock. You pull up an intraday chart. That's what I want up for you on the screen. The way the stock has, come off the day's high. The high was around 530 rupees. The current price is around 460 rupees. So in a matter of around 3-4 minutes, the stock has corrected more than 10% from the high point of the day. The intraday chart of Paytm should come up for you on the screen. And that's showing a sharp drop from the high point of the day. So someone has just cashed out. Remember, the low that it made was around 400 rupees. It danced away to around that 530 odd mark. But Paytm is a stock that's taken that sharp drop after opening up well in the green. Besides that, PM Narendra Modi yesterday spoke about LIC, and that's, got the stock excited as well. Besides that, you have valuation support, you have higher deliveries as well that we've been seeing in the last few days. And there's a dividend that the street is anticipating. Now it's almost 1100 rupees stock. So all the IPO allottees as well will be happy as the stock makes a fresh all-time high. What else? Last night we had Mangalore Chemicals and Paradeep Phosphates. They announced that merger. For Paradeep Phosphates, you're getting a good asset. The EBITDA number could go up by roughly around 20% on FY26 estimates. And for Mangalore Chemicals, the reason that the stock is up is because the merger ratio is in favor of them. So both those two stocks higher in today's trading session. IRDA, that one had a good rally to around 215 rupees. From the highs, that stock is corrected close to 10%. The last time I checked, in fact, it was down close to around 5%, so no exit out there. Sugar stocks we highlighted earlier in this week. that there was some delivery-based buying being seen out. Then a smaller sugar names like a Bajaj Hindustan, like a Shakti Sugar, both of them are some of the top volume gainers in today's trading session. Balaji Telefilms for a second day running, pull up Shakti Sugar as well as Bajaj Hindustan, both of them did quite well. Balaji Telefilms, they'll be considering some kind of a fundraise. So that stock for the second day running is up close to around 13%. And Jyoti Structures as well, the stock that's moved one way from around the 10-15 rupee mark to around 30 rupees. Yesterday as well, they won an order. So that as well is coming up as one of those top volume buzzers in trade.
Okay, so that's the overall picture. 65 points is what we have on the Nifty. And we're at about, just sort of ticking into 22,000, exactly 22,000 on the index right now. A few more names. Yes Bank is the biggest volume-led gainer. By the way, it's up 50% in the last 4 days. Yes Bank. Stocks at 32. This is sheer momentum. I mean, sheer momentum. Gains beget gains, and that's what's happening here. SJVN is up 4%, 153 on SJVN. Power Grid, of course, Vivek mentioned their numbers, 5% higher. LIC is up about 3.8%, 1,085 on LIC. It's got very large volumes. There is Kalyan Jewelers, which is up about 2.5%. Bank of India is up 3.5% right now. HBL Power, it's crossed 600. And what a performer, some of these names like, HBL Power, Genus Power. Of course, HBL reported numbers, and numbers were strong. 610 on that one is going, and how. Shakti Sugar is up about 13%. I'm not sure there are any other sugar names, but Utkarsh Small Finance Bank is coming up with a 3% pop. There is GIC, it's PSUs, really. Insurance, right? I mean, I mentioned LIC, but look at GIC. GIC is up 6%, 428 on that one. That's a reinsurer, by the way. And look at New India Assurance. New India Assurance is up 9%. Actually, if you can pull up these three public sector insurers, GIC, New India, and LIC, quite something. Gensol, which has been moving circuit to circuit, 10% on top of 10% every day. It's a slower start for it, 2% higher right now. So this is a very vibrant market open once again, which is coming through. IOB is down 4% and UCO Bank is down about 5%. These were up 15-20%, these two names yesterday. So there is a bit of a pullback which is there. But far and few in between. Otherwise, mostly it's up. Zaggle went up sharply. I think 17% yesterday after numbers beat expectations. And Zaggle is seeing a small pullback of about 5%. The other big mover yesterday was EIH, which was up almost 20% by close yesterday. That is seeing a small 3% pullback. But keep an eye out on these names because, things can turn. And Sobha is down 6% as well. I'm not sure if there's any news flow, but Sobha is taking a bit of a cut on large volumes at this point of time.